All right. So really quick, just wanted to go over the arrow options with you. I mentioned I'd do this for you yesterday. So what you're going to want to do is just make a couple quick notes for yourself as to what number of arrows you want before certain sections. I can give you mine, for example. Before getting to Vitreous, I like to make sure I have 11. So feel free to pad that out with a few extras. And before Ice Armos, I generally like to have about 10. So again, feel free to pad that out. The bare minimum requirements are you need 8 for Vitreous and 6 for Ice Armos. So definitely make sure you have more than that. I'm going to quickly run you through all of the arrow pots that are available after, what's it called? After Hera, because I think you know the early game ones. And these are kind of your options to get the number you want. The only other number I have as a marking point is leaving pod. I prefer to have about 6-ish. So with that, let's go through. First one's inside of this cave on your way down the mountain. You're going to come inside of here. And in the second room, if you just do a little backwards or a little C shape, there's 5 right there that you can grab. I personally grab those every single time I go through here, just to make sure I have enough for the rest of the mid game. Next one is inside of Circle of Pots in Aga Tower. You should be trying to grab these ones every single time. So as you grab the key, grab that pot and grab those arrows. In pod, there's 3 available, one of which is incredibly slow. So on your way to the big key, once you drop down, if you head downward first, there's 5 under this pot. There's also a bomb here. Try to avoid those. They're very slow. Next up are the 2 pots inside a Mimic Room. This is another one that I tend to grab every time. Just to make sure that if I die to Helma, I have enough to go through Mimics again. Oops, wrong key inputs. So again, at this point, leaving pod after Helmasaur, I like to make sure I have 6. This sets me up to skip the ones I choose to. After pod, you have 4 pots available before before Vitreous, for a total of 20 maximum arrows you can grab. You should probably be grabbing 1 to 2 of these, just to make sure you have enough. The first one is inside of the Thieves' Town basement. So when I come through here and I go up this conveyor room, I'll swing up, grab this pot of arrows. Now, I think you come from this southern door, which this arrow pot is a little bit more inconvenient. I'll leave it up to you to decide if you want to go out of your way to grab these arrows. There's 2 inside of Skullwoods. The first one is inside of Mummy Key. So after you kind of kill that guy, that bottom right pot there has 5 arrows. And inside of this room, the bottom right pot has 5 arrows. Finally, there is 5 pot inside Misery Mire. In the main hub, what you want to do for this one is go up to the second row. Oops, I need powder. And powder this pot to get the fairy and kill the bunny beam, and then there's a 5 arrow under that in the second row. That should make sure that you have enough for Vitreous. After Vitreous, again, you need a minimum of 6 for the rest of the game. So in Swamp, there's 2 available pots. The first is inside of this hook dash room here. After you go to the left, push the statue up, flip the switch, etc., come back this way. There's 5 right here. The second one you already know about, which is restock room. The bottom pot on the right has bomb, top pot has 5 arrows, left 2 have hearts. Turtle Rock, you already know the 5 arrows inside of there because I saw you grab them last night. Ganon's Tower, there's a guaranteed 5 that you should be grabbing every single time, which is that pot right there to the left. And if you're really, really short, inside of this room here, there's 5 here, and you can let this guy kind of sneak out to grab 10 here. Those are really slow, again, try to avoid them. Once you're heading upstairs in Ganon's Tower, you want to make sure you have at least 10 after Ice Armos. So if you need more, grab them after the big key from the top left chest, and that should do it. That's all the arrows in the game. Again, the numbers I look for myself are about 6 leaving pod, about 11 to get 2 Vitreous, for 8 to kill him, 2 for the eyeballs, 1 for good measure, and then at least 6 for Ice Armos. I like around 10 because I use the extra ones during Gauntlet in GT. Hope it helps.